What is going on, guys? In today's video I'm going to be showing you some of the better hiding spots for the theme park map. So I know a lot of you requested to make this video, so I did, and I'm going to be showing you some hiding spots that I found that are pretty useful on this map and that are really not easy to find. So starting off with the first hiding spot of the day, it is near the Gargoyle Room. So if you go on the northeast exit and place a shield as close as you can to the packages, you can jump over this package right here, climb on the shield, and then as soon as the vault option shows, you can climb here and just go prone and wait for the enemies to push in from the door. This spot is pretty useful if you're playing like operator like Caveira, because she's pretty small and you won't probably see her body as she's creeping around this corner. So pretty much, you know, pick the operators that have small bodies and, you know, just hide there and the enemies won't suspect anything. Now, as for my second spot that I wanted to show you, it is near the offices or across the offices on the B side. So if you're defending the B side, what you can do is you can place the shield as close as you can to these garbage bags and just try to vault over it. And once you get the cue to vault over it, you'll be able to climb on these garbage bags. And what you can do is you can break this wall right here and guard the window that is on the east side and the window that is right in front of you on the south side. So it's pretty good spot to defend because nobody else can push you except on the door on the north. So yeah, this spot is pretty dirty to defend, and it's pretty hard for the enemies to spot you because they'll probably think that you're behind a shield and not on top of the garbage bags. Now, as for the third spot, it is also in this B side. It is on the machine right here in this corner. What you can do is also put a shield as close as you can. So try to close the shield as much as you can near the device itself, because sometimes it has like little bugs, so it will take you a while to place it as close as you can. So once you do it, just try to vault over it and you'll be able to climb on the machine itself. So if somebody tries to push in, they'll have definitely trouble spotting you because they won't be able to shoot you unless they go in. And of course you can go just prone and protect most of your body. So yeah, this is also one of the spots that's pretty dirty and not easy, you know, to spot. And of course you can defend from the other side, the window as well if you want it. But yeah, I would just rather defend this side because, you know, it's hard to reach you and you're not easy to spot. And as for the last spot in the offices, it is near the bathroom itself. So what you can do now is try to face as close as you can near the door and try to place the shield as close as you can to the wall on the right. Just vault over it, and once you get the vault option here, you can climb on this spot right here. Though you can see a little part of the cash room, it is not the point. It is most likely just to defend from this side because nobody expects you to be on this wall right here, because what most of the enemies do, they just check the room and see if somebody's in, and nobody checks this spot on the left. So it's pretty good to defend. And of course, you can defend the window itself from this spot. Of course, when it's not a bomb site, you'll have a clear view on the window itself. So, you know, double protection from the left and from the right. As for the next hiding spots, the next hiding spots take us to the drug lab itself. Not a lot of people do know this spot. I mean, some do, but some don't. But just to show you guys that this is also a spot that you can take when defending, is in the drug lab itself. You can climb if you break all of these, you know, instruments. And with this, you can guard the window that is on the northwest side. Of course, the same can be done from this table right here. Once you get the vault option, you can guard the window or you can guard the door on the left. So, you know, one of the sneakier spots that you can use to actually hide. Also, there's a spot that you can use here, but it does require a shield. So if you place a shield right here in this corner, you can climb on these packages right here and try to vault as fast as you can over the shield. With this spot, you can guard the door on the right and of course the door on the left, but most likely, you know, people decide to just defend on the right because, you know, it's kind of easier for the enemy to push them from there. And yeah, of course, the enemy probably won't expect you to be hiding on this desk right here. Most of your body is covered, only the head and a bit of shoulders is, you know, not covered, so they'll have to be quite precise in order to kill you. Now, as for some of the spots that are a bit trickier to do but are not that useful, one of the things that I can find is when you want to spawn peek in the drug storage itself, what you can do is you can try to vault over the shield itself and place it right here at the edge. So once you place the shield like this, try to climb on this table and sprint over the shield so you don't fall. And continue sprinting on the top of here so you can climb on these packages. So what you can do with this spot is you can break a hole like this, go prone, and probably spawn peek on the enemies that are spawning on the west side. So I found this spot to be actually really dirty because not a lot of enemies are gonna expect a tactic like this. So it's a sneaky or hidden spawn peek spot that you can use. And as for the last spot that I'm going to be showing you near the drug storage is in the arcade toilet itself. So not a lot of people know that you can actually break these toilets and hide behind them once you break them. So try to shoot them down, and once you do that, you'll be able to just go around here and you know, maybe just guard this window right here or the door on the left. So yeah, this is a pretty neat spot. This can be done with every toilet there is. So if you want to like make more room to hide in, like here, just break the toilet itself and you'll be able to camp inside this spot. So it's a pretty good spot to actually have and hide in. Once you do that, you'll be able to completely go in. And as you know, people, they probably won't look all the way inside the toilet once they enter the door or the window itself. So, you know, having a spot like this is pretty insane. As for the next stop in the haunted dining, there's a spot that you can use to hide from the enemies that are pushing from the south side or from the you know, west side. So what you can do is you can place a shield between the table and these crates. Try to place them as close as you can to the crates so you can climb on them. So once you vault on the table, try to sprint and you'll be able to climb on these crates right here. You can go prone and guard this area from right here. And not a lot of enemies are going to think that you're actually hiding in this corner because of the shield and, you know, just because you're behind this candles or whatever they are. So yeah, this is a pretty also good spot to use against the enemies that are oblivious of your, you know, existence. So as for our next stop, it is in the execution room. It is next to the dining room. And once you go here, try to place the shield as close as you can to this wall right here. And once you do that, climb on the chair and then go sprint over the shield. So you might be thinking, well, what can you do here? Well, one of the things that you can do is if you have somebody who has impact grenades or a shotgun, try to make them open these walls right here. Because once you open these walls, you can guard the stairs, you can guard somebody coming from the west or somebody coming from the door on the east. So also this is a good spot to use to defend from the enemies. And if you can, have somebody, you know, castle this door and bandit this wall so you can defend this whole spot from the enemies that are coming. And they won't be seeing this at all because you need to use the shield in order to do something like this. So once again, a good spot that you can use against the enemies and, you know, sneak around and maybe get a free kill on them if they're not expecting it. As for some of the next spots that you can use, it is at the arcade entrance, at the front entrance at the southwest. So one of the spots that I usually find pretty interesting to use is one here. So if you place a shield right here between this corner and this vaulting area right here. So what you can do is you can vault over this spot, and once you do that, you will be able to jump on the shield. And once you do that, you can just climb on this spot. It'll give you a vault option, and you can pretty much just kill enemies that are pushing from the front door because almost none of them are gonna expect something like this, and especially if the enemy's pushing from this window right here. So it is pretty much a free pickoff, or, you know, a free spawn kill from this side as you be up here, and pretty much nobody will expect something like this to be used as a spawn peeking spot. The next spot is pretty much obvious. You can climb on this sofa right here and, you know, pick on the enemies that are also trying to go from the front door by, you know, breaking the little bit of the door or completely door as much as you want, and, you know, just wait for the enemies to push. Or if you're a Caveira, you can get a free interrogation. Also, one interesting spot that is not that useful, but it is pretty fun to use. If you place a shield right here and then go above and try to vault down on the shield itself, you can climb on the arcades and, you know, sometimes just surprise the enemies that are pushing the front door. Also, one of the spots that is connected to this one is the barrel room. So if the enemy is pushing this room and he pushed you back and you have no spot to work with, what you can do is you can hide beneath this shelf right here and have the littlest possible peeking angle right here on the enemies that are pushing from the southwest. So even if they know that you are in the barrel room, there is absolutely no way they can spot you right away if, of course, they haven't droned you. So as well, another good spot to have, you know, to play against the enemies that are pushing this room and that are trying to get a pick on you. As for my next spot that I wanted to show you, it is in the daycare itself. So if you're defending daycare and you're expecting enemies to be pushing from that window right here, what you can do is you can go from beneath these crates and hold this angle right here on somebody who's on the window. And of course, if you have an operator who has an ACOG, even better, because you can get, you know, such an easy kill on an enemy who is on the window itself. So yeah, this is also a pretty good hiding spot. Of course, the only downside is if somebody's pushing from the train or from the stairs, you are gonna get probably caught and killed. As for the next spot is next door. It is in the bunk itself. And what you can do is in the bunk toilet, try to put the shield as close as you can to this toilet right here. And once you do that, you'll get an option to vault on top of it. And what you can do with this then is you can spawn peek on the enemies that are coming from you know, the spawn places and maybe get a free pick off on an enemy, or you can just hold this angle right here if they are already repelling, and once they try to go in, just spray them down and you'll get a free and easy kill. Once again, not a lot of people do know about this spot, so it's pretty cheeky if you use it against people they're not gonna expect it. Now near here, near the daycare room, there is the room called Cafe, and I know a lot of people do struggle with this room and defending this room if you do not have a trap operator, but you know, nonetheless, it's pretty easy to defend if you know how to. So using this spot right behind the table, you can hide against enemies who are trying to push in and peek from the left or from the right, depending where they are on the door. So using this hiding spot, you'll most definitely get a free kill on an enemy who probably didn't draw the room. Or what you can do is try to hide beneath this table also and have a minimal peek on the door itself if the enemy is on the right side. So, you know, these hiding spots are pretty useful, not because only of the cafe spot, but because you can peek on the enemies that are trying to go from the corridor itself to, let's say, if you're defending office place and all the way up there. So, you know, this is a really easy flanking route for somebody like Caveira or a other 3-speed operator, you know, to flank the enemies that are trying to push to the offices. Also, if you're not confident on defending the cafe or the window itself, what you can do is you can defend them from right below, because the enemies are probably not gonna check down below if the site is upstairs. So what you can do is you can break with a shotgun of, let's say, smoke, and just hold the door right here from below with a shotgun or with an SMG. And if you want to defend the window from downstairs, you can break this hatch and look at the window if the enemy is on it. So both are really sneaky spots to defend from, because enemies will be expecting your allies to be, you know, around the corner or something, but not from down below. So, you know, a pretty good spot to hold against the enemies if they're trying to go in. And as for the last spot for the day, I'm going to be showing you, it's not much of a hiding spot, but more of a, you know, hiding spawn peek spot. If the enemy is pushing from the north side, what you can do is you can use your shotgun to break the hole right here and try to make it as much as you can open so you can vault over it. And what you do is you try and wait for the enemies to, you know, maybe vault over it, or if they try to drone and you hear them tossing the drone, you can just jump out and kill them if they're around the corner and, you know, get a free kill. So once again, this is a pretty risky spot to, you know, do, but if you know what you're doing, you're most likely going to get a kill, because not a lot of people do expect a tactic like this. So yeah, this is pretty much it for today, guys. I really hope you liked my video. If you did, click the thumbs up, and if you didn't, well, you know what to do. As always, I'll be making more Rainbow Six Siege videos. Tell me in the comments, what do you think about this video? And, you know, if you have some more spots on this map, share them with other people in the comments down below. As always, guys, enjoy playing Rainbow Six Siege, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye bye.